So you reminded me
Yeah.
by talking about that show
Yeah.
that Cameron had made a comment yesterday about his his best kind of concert experience.
Right.
And I was like, ooh, I have a thing for that. And then the conversation sort of moved on, and I made some comment. I doubt anyone in chat cares or remembers, but I made a comment about how I would circle back to that at some point. So, 28 hours later, here we are. I think it's so. As much as I enjoy, and I love to mention that it was our first date when Kathleen and I went to see the Beastie Boys with Talib Kweli opening in the Pacific Coliseum in Vancouver. It was an amazing show.
That was your first date?
That was our first date. Yeah.
Amazing.
Both of these are at Pacific Coliseum actually. They did, after Talib Kweli, they showed on camera. They showed on the screen. They showed a live video feed going like up one of the stairs out of the arena and up to one of the concession stands encircling the place.
Yeah.
And there was a guy there. There's just one of the people like doing concession and everything. And he sees the camera and he's like, "Oh, okay." Takes his apron off, picks up an LP, and comes out from behind the thing because it was Mixmaster Mike. Who had been pretending to work the concession and walked all the way back to the stage.
Amazing.
And they did an instrumental. The last couple tracks they did like an instrumental thing because they like they're jazz musicians.
Yeah.
So they played this awesome instrumental track. Lights go out. Then they were up on a balcony behind everybody doing, I can't remember the order. I think it was they did Sabotage, and then they finished with Intergalactic, and that was great.
God, that's awesome.
But the best, I think in terms of the best sort of experience, certainly in the context of the time, was also Pacific Coliseum. It was Cribs, which is a Scottish band, I believe, opening for the double headliners of Death Cab for Cutie and Franz Ferdinand.
Yeah,
And
I remember that show.
Specifically, the coolest part about this was that the encore, the end of the encore, is the roadies just start bringing out these floor toms. And they just start bringing out more and more drums. And I was reminded of this recently because I got linked to the opening titles for Cyberpunk Edge Runners, which uses, for some reason, This Fire by Franz Ferdinand as the theme song.
Really?
I was surprised too.
Really?
And so the encore was everyone from Cribs and Death Cab and Franz Ferdinand in this massive semicircle, everyone with their own drum.
Yeah.
Playing, just like wailing on it, playing This Fire. So I was like, this fire is out of control.
Yeah.
And everyone's just wailing on it, just shutting down. Yeah, that was the finale of the show.
That's awesome.
It was
wild.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I was so surprised when I was like, oh yeah, let's check out the opening titles for Edge Runners. And I was just like,
It blows me away every time, the whole intro to that.
Yeah, it's wild. I haven't watched it yet. Again, I mentioned before that I have an extensive backlog of TV that I've been meaning to get to. I understand that Edge Runners is very, very good.
Was that the first or second Franz Ferdinand show in Vancouver? Because I was at the one at the Commodore, but I don't know if that one came first or second.
Well, this certainly wasn't it probably would have been after the Commodore. I don't think they could have played the Commodore after.
That's true, I suppose, yeah.
I mean, I saw Muse at the Commodore.
We were both at that show.
Yeah, and we didn't know each other
We
then.
didn't know each other.
That was the end of their North American tour
God.
before they were known in North America, really. So they did the whole Rockstar thing of ruining all their instruments. And like Matt Bellamy threw the guitar through the drums and everything because it's like it was the end of their tour.
Yeah.
It was awesome. And then the next time that they came to Vancouver, we couldn't see them because it was like they were doing arena shows.
It was
at that
the
point.
Absolution
No, they didn't
tour.
even come to Vancouver. They went to the Key Arena in Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the Absolution tour, and they absolutely trashed everything. And then I believe flew to England and played sold out Wembley Stadium like a week later or whatever.
But we saw them at 1,000 people at the Commodore.
The Commodore's
It was
like
wild.
max 1,000.
Yeah.
The stadium formerly known as Key Arena.
That was such a good show.